Welcome back, everybody, to the College Football 25 Teambuilder Dynasty with the Houma University Bobcats. We're coming off our first ever game in this dynasty, a close win against the Kent State Golden Flashes, where in this game, we saw our running back, Spencer Strickland, put up over 180 yards on the ground on 22 carries plus a touchdown. He was fantastic, 8.3 per carry. He was awesome. And our backup, Keontae Tyson, was also pretty damn solid too. Hoping for more of the same as we face the Tulsa Golden Hurricane here in week number 2. If you look at our roster, we have like 12 to 14 players at 70 overall or higher. Everybody else is below that. Our quarterback is right on the fringe of 70 overall as a senior. Meanwhile, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane have quite a different roster, way better than Kent State's roster. Let's go take a look. The top player on this Tulsa team is Anthony Watkins, an 87 overall running back. He's a redshirt senior. He's got plenty of physical abilities already unlocked. He is going to be quite a hard guy to stop here in week 2. But they also have other big playmakers on this offense as well, like Camden Benjamin. They've got Bill Jackson backing up Anthony Watkins at tight end. They've got another redshirt senior in Ethan Hall. All of these guys are better than pretty much our entire offense, at least on paper, including their quarterback, redshirt sophomore Cardell Williams out of Houston, Texas. He is going to be a pretty fast guy with 84 speed and 89 acceleration, pretty good change of direction, good agility. So expect him to get plenty of read options and carries in this game. And then they've also got a pretty solid offensive line, starting with Tautai Leo Marks at left guard, and at center, senior Ray Burnett, who is a 77 overall. This roster is way superior to ours. This game is going to be very, very tough. As we move through the rest of non-conference play approaching the Week 5 bye week, I do expect to potentially get the Michigan and Iowa State games done in one single episode, because I don't want to spend the entire first year going game by game, because the point of the series is to recruit and build this team through recruiting and the transfer portal, and that is where the meat and the real important stuff of this series will happen. So expect next episode to potentially have these two games on the road combined into one episode. That will take us right into our Week 2 game here against the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. They come in as a 77 overall across the board. Offense and defense both 77. We come in at a 67 overall. Quite a big disparity in terms of the overall here in this one. Much higher than our first game. Out comes sophomore quarterback Cardell Williams. 84 speed, 90 throw power. Very good throw on the run as well. And they will start from their 20-yard line through the air. It's Braylon Presley across the 40-yard line, a 23-yard pickup. And they're going to try and push the tempo here on the very first drive of the ball game. They'll keep it through the air. Underneath, it's their tight end Ethan Hall for a short 4-yard pickup. Third play of the game, over the middle. It's picked off. That is Chase Freeman. He's trying to find some space on the outside. He returns it up to the 50-yard line. And like last week, there is a pick on the first drive of the game, but this time we are the ones picking off the opposing quarterback. A big play by the senior linebacker. Thrown right to him, just undercutting that route intended for Jeremiah Ballard. And out comes Tyler Olson and the offense. Starting on the ground, flag down. This run might be coming back. It's going to be a holding penalty on Kalen Franklin, our right tackle. That'll make it 1st and 20 for the Bobcats. Play fake underneath for Demetrius Williamson, already trying to get him more involved here than we did back in our first game of the season. And now setting up a screen, but Strickland does not get a good block. And it goes for essentially no gain. Long way to go on 3rd down. Olsen is taken down in the backfield. Owen Ostrowski with the sack. And the Bobcats cannot take advantage of the INT. On the 21. On the ground. This is Anthony Watkins, who we knew was going to be a tough guy to stop. And his first run goes for 15 yards right up the middle. He'll stick with him. He cuts it back inside for a gain of 5. And the pistol now. 3 straight runs. It's bounced outside and there's only green grass ahead of him. Watkins is gone. Touchdown, Tulsa. He is by far the best player on the first 2 teams that we have faced here in this dynasty. We knew that he would be a hard guy to stop, and he's showing us why right here. Great ball carrier vision, good patience, and a good block by Ethan Hall on the outside. And Watkins does the rest, and just like week 1, Houma falls behind at 7-0 here in the first quarter. Under 5 to play. We get it back from the 25-yard line. Little pump fake by Olsen. He's got plenty of time to throw, and there's our first down of the game. That is tight end Scott McLawler. After that 12-yard gain, we give it to Strickland. He finds some running room and gains 9. Right up the middle, there's space to run again, up to the 45-yard line. Another first down. This time it comes on the ground. Deontay Tyson checks in. It's a little bubble screen, but nowhere to go for Javian Foreman. Good clean pockets. McLawler, though, has that one batted away by Gavin Potter. Pretty good coverage on our tight end. Another 3rd and long. Olsen's pass is batted away down the fields. Try to fit that one in between the corner and the safety, but it does not work out. And Tulsa takes over. There's a flag on the first play. This is going to be a hold on the offense. This one comes against Ray Burnett, their center. That makes it 1st down and 18. Little jet sweep. And that is Camden Benjamin on the carry for a gain of 4. And now it's a keeper for Cardell Williams, but the defense is ready for it. Bubba Claiborne coming in for that hit in that play. Now we got 3rd and long for the Golden Hurricane. Pressure coming on the screen. Watkins pushed out of bounds, 2 yards short. The defense gets off the field. The offense takes over after 2 scoreless drives to open the game, just like week 1. And nowhere to go here on this play for Spencer Strickland. On 2nd down. Olsen down the field, and once again, just a little bit underthrown for his target. That was Scott McLawler. Another 3rd and long. Facing pressure, and Olsen is hit as he threw it. He had Williamson open, but could not get it to him cleanly. 5 seconds to play here in the first quarter. No offense so far for Houma, but another offensive flag coming in. This is going to go against Luke McGarry, the backup tight end. Another holds. 2nd of the game on Tulsa, and that will get us to the end of the first quarter. Tulsa up 7-0. Top of the second quarter. Williams trying to find some running room, but he runs right into Deshaun Weeks for our first sack of the week. Here's a replay of that one. Weeks just comes off his block and just stays right there ready for him. That will back him up. 2nd and 23. Williams underneath for Ethan Hall. A short gain of 5. Long way to go on 3rd down. Williams' pass is hauled in on the outside by Jeremiah Ballard to move the chains. Do not want to give up long third downs like that. Now trying to break this game open on the ground. We go to Watkins once again, already over 80 yards with that big touchdown on one of their previous drives. Right back to him, he spins off a tackle. Another flag comes in. This will once again be a holding penalty on the offense, already their third penalty of the game. That comes against Caden Stanton. Second down and caught. Short gain there for Ethan Hall. Another third and long from the 43-yard line. Defense trying to get off the field. Williams under pressure and taking off and sliding well short. The defense will force the punts. The offense gets it back just shy of our own 30-yard line. 5:45 to play. Nice cutback by Strickland. It's a first down up to the 45-yard line. Nice 15-yard pickup on that run. Trying to establish the run just like in our first weekend. That will allow the passing game to get a lot more clean looks. Eight to go on second down. Right back to the ground. Keontae Tyson checks in for his first carry. And on 3rd and 2, we go right back to Strickland. First down. Are now in plus territory up to the Tulsa 40-yard line. Definitely our best looking drive of the game to this point. More room to run. Strickland gains 6. Back to throw, setting up a little screen for Tyson. He somehow hangs on and breaks a tackle, enough for a first down. Gonna keep it on the ground, but Strickland runs into his own lineman and does not get a whole lot. 50 yards so far and 8 carries for him. And now a direct snap right up the middle. He gets hammered down. And now we got 3rd and 4. Out of the 2-minute warning. Olsen back to throw. It is caught over the middle. Nice catch in traffic there by Demetrius Williamson. Now an empty look. Olsen, left side at the sideline. It's caught once again by our number 1 wideouts. He will stay empty. Olsen, looking end zone. It's caught by Scooter Page. Touchdown, Houma. Just like week 1, Scooter Page finds the end zone and back-to-back games. He's been a pretty big target here for Tyler Olsen in these first 2 weeks. And this one was a pretty good throw by Tyler Olsen, a better catch than the throw, but that is nearly perfect by both of those guys. The PAT is up and good, and the game is tied at 7 points apiece. 1:41 to go. And from their own 20, Tulsa takes over, trying to put points on the board prior to halftime. That is Camden Benjamin for a first down. They're going to try and go quick here. Williams back to throw over the middle and caught between defenders. They will burn their first timeout after the big gain. They're a yard shy in midfield. Pressure coming, setting up a screen and room to run for Watkins, out of bounds at the 37-yard line, inside the 40 of Houma territory. Now flushed out, Williams dumps it off again for Watkins. He breaks a tackle and is tackled in bounds after a 21-yard pickup. Back-to-back big gains for the Golden Hurricane. Just over 30 seconds to play. It is caught at the 6-yard line for a first down. First and goal for Tulsa. 1 timeout left. Pressure in his face. It is picked off by Jaden Bowie inside the 1-yard line. On the cusp of the end zone, the defense will force the turnover, and that one was created by pressure. Two defenders in Cardell Williams' face, and he had to get rid of it, and he just threw it right to a defender. But now we are only an inch out from the end zone. Strickland nearly gets caught behind his own lineman, but luckily finds a yard of room, and that will get us to halftime, still tied at 7. Halftime stats for you. Already nearly 300 total yards for Tulsa. Not so much for us, but we have forced now 2 picks here in the first half off of Cardell Williams. The pick by Chase Freeman on the opening drive, and the pick by Jaden Bowie to end the first half. That will take us to the third quarter. Houma starts with possession. Starting on the ground. Strickland trying to cut it back inside. Not a whole lot of running room right there. It's a gain of 4. Now to the air. And Olsen is sandwiched in the backfield. The second sack for this Tulsa defense. 3rd and 13. Trying to keep this drive alive. It is caught on the corner post by guess who? Scooter Page. Coming off a 97-yard Week 1 performance. And now a little fake jet sweep, and Strickland finds some room after we fool the defense on the fake. From their 40-yard line, Tyson checks in, but running backs right now running into our own offensive linemen. Got to work on that going forward. On second down, over the middle, wide open, it's Demetrius Williamson for a big first down. Already way more involvement here than in his first game of the season. Back to Strickland. Up the middle, gain of 3. Already beating Tulsa so far in time of possession. And now a little mid-screen. This is CJ Peaks, the number 4 receiver on our depth charts. He checks in for a 9-yard gain plus the first down. And Houma's got 1st and goal from the 7. Hand off to Strickland, trying to drag his defender up to the 5. He's up to 82 yards on the ground. Tyson can't escape after a poor block. We're back to the 7-yard line on 3rd down. Gonna go to the air, and Olsen sailed the pass. He had Javian Foreman wide open, back of the end zone, but he threw it late, and he threw it too high. That could have been a big touchdown to open this third quarter. Instead, it's a field goal for the Bobcats instead. After a lengthy opening drive to the half, Tulsa has the ball for the first time here in this third quarter, but they're going backwards. Deshaun Weeks with the 3-yard tackle for loss. And now pressure at his face. It's a quick throw, knocked away from Ballard and incomplete. 3rd and long for Tulsa. Williams delivers it, and it's going to be a first down and much more for Braylon Presley. Up inside the Houma 45-yard line. Just nobody really covering the hard flats, and that was a mistake on defense. Now on the ground, Anthony Watkins cuts it back inside. Gain of 7 yards. Only 5 attempts for him so far on the day, but 88 yards to show for it. Pretty big day on the ground. That's a first down for Benjamin. Up to the Houma 26-yard line. Houma trying to keep Tulsa from taking the lead on a touchdown here on this drive. But good protection, and that's going to be a big first down. That's Jack Wright for the gain of 24 yards. That's 1st and goal, Tulsa. And the pistol. They fake the touch pass, and Watkins is in untouched. Tulsa back on top. There's been a pretty big difference so far in our run defense in this game versus week 1. I thought week 1 we played pretty darn well against the ground game. Not so much here in this one. They have a much better offensive line, as we already talked about. As Olsen delivers a strike over the middle, splitting the safeties. It's Scooter Page for a big gain across the 50-yard line as we approach the end of the third quarter. Trying to spread the field now on the ground. Trying to catch this defense off guard and use the run and the pass to our advantage. Third quarter's over, 14-10. Tulsa in front. Pretty big disparity on the ground here in terms of average, but rush yards are actually pretty similar between Strickland and Anthony Watkins. We are a running team after all with our pretty low-rated quarterback. And there is room to run to open the fourth quarter. Strickland for a first down. Tulsa showing pressure on 1st and 10. They'll bring 5 on the screen, and now there's room to run. Strickland up to the 22-yard line. Another first down. He's been heavily involved. Now Tyson gets a chance. Up the guts, shedding 1 tackle. Gain of 9. We've had the ball for over 5 minutes longer now than Tulsa has. That's made a pretty big difference in this game. But Strickland can't find room here. 3rd and short. And we stick with him. And he fights to get enough yardage to once again move the sticks. But wear and tear is showing up for him here late in this ball game. We fake the toss. And it's a late throw, and Williamson was not in bounds. The second time Olsen has missed a wide open target in the end zone. And now it's stumped underneath. McLawler pushed forward. Gain of 9 somehow, and we take over at the 2. With 3rd and 1. Halfback draw. It's Strickland in the end zone. Houma takes the lead once again. A good answer to that Tulsa touchdown drive. Now we got to play some good fourth quarter defense. The PAT makes it a 3-point game. Another 10-plus play drive for the second time in this game. Both result in touchdowns. And Tulsa takes over, going right back to Anthony Watkins. He gains 8, 1 yard shy of a Benjamin here in this one on less than 10 carries. 2nd and 2, and outside. Complete to Braylon Presley, who's been pretty well involved here. A couple of nice plays, a couple of first downs. And more room to run, but Watkins is now shaken up on the play. And that means that Bill Jackson will step in for him as the backup. He will get the carry, but he's swallowed up by Bubba Van Claiborne. And that will bring up 3rd down and 2. Defense trying to force a punt here in Tulsa's own territory. Pump fake from Williams, and he gets taken down. That is Kobe Garland with the sack. It's a 7-yard loss, and that will force a Tulsa punt here in the winning moments of this game. And we will get the ball back with about 3.5 to play. We get a couple of first downs and drain some clock, which is the plan on this drive. Then we could win this game. Nice gain on the first play for Spencer Strickland. Now over 110 yards on 20 attempts on the ground. Tyson gets the handoff and gets hammered at the 35-yard line, but we're already in Tulsa territory. Strickland back in. Once again, fighting his way to a first down. Out of the 2-minute warning, still all 3 timeouts for the Golden Hurricane. 9 more on the ground. They burn their first. If we get just 1 or 2 more first downs, this game will be over. Trying to chew some clock. First down for Strickland. There goes their second timeout. Here's Strickland once again, but he's swallowed up in the backfield. A loss of 4, but it will burn their last timeouts. Second down and long. Williamson makes a man miss on the bubble screen and gets enough for the first down. And one more play will get the clock moving. Strickland tackled for a loss, but that will end this game. Houma is 2-0. Back-to-back home victories to open this dynasty. What a start to our year and non-conference play. Now we have our biggest game of the entire season coming up next. Spencer Strickland, player of the game in back-to-back weeks. Gotta love it. So back-to-back 3-point victories to open the dynasty for the Houma Bobcats. Tyler Olsen much better in this game, 15 for 21 passing. He went to more short throws. He missed a couple of deep balls, including one for the end zone, which would have been a huge touchdown. I believe that was on the opening drive of the second half. But I thought he played a whole lot better than in our first game. And Strickland picks up right where he left off, putting up over 120 yards on like half of the average that he had in the first game, but still ran the ball very well. This was a better defense here against Tulsa, so that is kind of expected. And Tyson was kind of bottled up here in this game. Not a whole lot of room to run for him, but I still thought that he had a pretty solid impact. We actually got the ball to Demetrius Williamson a whole lot more in this game. Only 2 more receptions, but for over twice as many yards in this game as opposed to week 1. Scooter Page, once again, is a big playmaker, had that big touchdown in the first half to put us on the board. And McClellar has kind of had some trouble hauling in passes in traffic, which does make sense for a 62 overall. But we had a couple of big defensive plays, including 2 picks. One from Chase Freeman on the opening drive of the game, and then one from Jaden Bowie right on the cusp of the end zone on a likely touchdown drive for the Golden Hurricane, but luckily we keep them out of it and just keep points off the board completely. And then Kobe Garland and Deshaun Weeks with 2 nice sacks on Carter Williams. And it was a full team effort to get this win here today. Scouting updates here as we approach week 3 against the Michigan Wolverines. We've got Traylon James. We are second, still behind Kansas. We might want to bow out here because he's just too far influenced by the Jayhawks right now. But Jason Gallimore, we are the only school to offer him a scholarship so far. We're still first for him, and we're going to crack that top 3, no doubt. The same goes for Fanausa Odo, but not a whole lot of influence so far. Still waiting if other teams are going to really improve there, but it looks like Northwestern and Rice are both going down in influence on him. And for Clyde Drugsma, we are top 4, but 3 other schools have offered him a scholarship, including Middle Tennessee, Memphis, and Marshall, one of our Sun Belt conference rivals, I believe. And then we've got Gordon Godfrey, a 1-star corner. We're top 5 for him right now. We are locked out now of James Countess, another 1-star corner. And then Tevin Hippenhammer, we're currently number 1, the only school to offer him a scholarship. And the same goes for LaShawn Gray at tight end. And we have a 3-star receiver that I've started to kind of think about going after. It is Ben Nimbot, who has scholarship offers from Ole Miss and one other school. We are top 8 for him as we approach the top 5. But we are now locked out of Floyd Hadgett as he has committed to Missouri. And we are locked out of Tony Youssef because he has committed to South Alabama. If we look at Chuck Madden, we are still by far first place right now for him. Might want to spend some more recruiting hours on him to hopefully get an early verbal commitment from him, as no other schools are even close to us. I will definitely add one more action, and I'm going to use contact friends and family. And hopefully that will get us closer to getting a commitment from him. For Frank, bad news, we are in first with Tennessee hot on our tail, but other schools are going down in terms of influence. You might want to try to add 1 or 2 more actions to him to hopefully get further up on the influence. We'll do DM the player first and go from there. Try to spread these out amongst the players so that we can really make the best decisions here and get early commitments. We are going to secure a top 5 cutoff for J.R. Lehan, as no other schools have currently offered scholarships, and we are still sending the house. I'm going to keep it here despite the influence gain not being as much as it would if you were to combine DM the player and contact friends and family. I'm not sure why send the house wouldn't be like the highest in total, because you're still spending 50 hours. I would like to get further up the board for tight end at JP Nicholson here. But we also are looking at LaShawn Gray, who I think is better for us as an offensive tight end. Blocking is nice for Nicholson, but his receiving skills are definitely way worse than LaShawn Gray. I'm going to spend some more hours on him. I'll add DM the player. We got 60 hours left to spend. We've already used the hard sell of coach's favorite for Reggie Cole. Ole Miss and Mississippi State are hot on our tail, though. So we're just going to have to wait and see. We already have used all our actions and everything like that. So I think we might as well try and schedule a visit for Reggie Cole. This will take 40 hours for us. We might want to use it on a game that we think that we can win and probably won't lose. We have a higher tier opponent here against Troy. We don't get much for a loss, but we do get 3 for a win. That could be useful. Either that or against UL Monroe. I'll do it a week 9 for Troy, so we don't want to bring in any other offensive linemen at his position on week 9, because that will be a competitive visit. So we might want to go for like a quarterback visit on week 9 as well. And the activity should focus on one of his motivations. So I think we will use it on probably proximity to home, because that is his highest motivation grade. So we'll choose that. And for that wide receiver, Ben Nimbot, I am going to at least offer a scholarship and scout him a little bit. I'll just offer the scholarship first. We can get further up in the influence. We already know 2 of his motivations for proximity to home and athletic facilities. So that's helpful going forward. And we'll use some scouting points. He's got some pretty good medium route running and good acceleration. Plus, he's got the road dog mental ability. So that is good to know. And then we'll offer a scholarship to one of these other 3-star quarterbacks that has kind of slipped through the cracks. And we are top 4 interest for John Sharp here. And if we offer a scholarship, we'll be top 3, but he already has offers from, I believe that is Kansas State and Oklahoma State. And he already has a visit scheduled with Oklahoma State as well. But we got 5 hours to spend and might as well use it and see if we can steal this guy from them. But it's going to be a kind of an uphill battle, I think. And if you guys are curious, these are my current gameplay sliders. I pulled these from the top subreddit post from, I believe his name was Dangerous Feeling is the username. He makes slider sets for sports games and especially for college football games. And this was a pretty popular post and people seem to have liked the sliders. And so far, I think it's been good. It's given us some pretty intriguing games. And we will tweak this as we go along, but if you want to copy these for your own dynasty, then here they are. But that will do it for me here in this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video as always. Please subscribe if you have not done so already. And leave your feedback down below on how you feel about the gameplay, how you feel about how we have done in these first 2 weeks, and what you expect going into the big house in week 3 against number 12, Michigan. I'll see you guys next time, as we probably will get through weeks 3 and 4 in the same episode. Not entirely sure yet, but we'll see what happens. I will see you guys there. Take care. Have a great day.